One avocado or two is the question when ordering guacamole at Betty's Roadside Choice. It's tiny, with picnic tables in the back. Enter the colorfully painted shop in Boys Hot Springs, just north of Sonoma Square, to find El Molino Central.
Emily?
I went to Mexico when I was 18 years old on a train for $3 and stayed for a month and ate all the street food, and that did it. So I ended up working in a Mexican restaurant here when I came back, maybe almost 30 years ago. My name's Karen Taylor, and I'm the owner of El Molino Central. I learned how to make tamales from an old man named Alfredo, and just started bit by bit, learning more and more. Here at El Molino, we try to do everything the old way and the hard way. No shortcuts. We make traditional food. We don't try to make up our own recipes. We soak the corn, we grind the corn, we make the tortillas by hand, and then we fry them. Making mole takes forever. Making pozole takes forever. Nothing is too labor-intensive for us. I've heard people say they wish it could fall out of the garden and onto the plate. At El Molino, we source from farms all over the Bay Area. We have customers from all over. Luckily, we have a lot of regular customers. We also have quite a few people from Boys Hot Springs, the neighborhood, buying their maza. We even have some women coming and bringing their own corn for us to grind if they want it ground a certain way, so that makes me really happy.
If only that had smell-o-vision.
All right, Betty, how did you find this hidden treasure?
Well, that's a funny story. So I really enjoy Primavera tamales, which I can buy in my local grocery store. And several years ago, I picked up a packet of tamales from the grocery store. And inside the packet was this teeny little flyer that said, please visit our shop in Boys Hot Springs. So one day I grabbed my kids and dragged them up to Sonoma. And it was amazing. Whenever we get anywhere near Sonoma, we'll find our way to El Molino Central. So.
And the owner, Karen, grinds her own masa.
And I think that that's really one of the keys to this incredible food that they create there. Those corn tortillas are amazing.
So good. Everything is great. And next time I go, I'm taking 6 to 12 tamales back home.
And what was your experience at El Molino?
When I saw it on the list, I was very excited. And I so wanted to love this place. And we just didn't have the best experience. But it's a caveat to that. So I think it's about expectations. So you walk in, there's not a lot of guidance. So you walk in and you're like, where do I go? There's a little sheet of paper and you order off the sheet of paper. There's a specials board as well. There's no tables. And he goes, well, you can sit out back. So we get out in the back and it was just cold. So it was just like my butt never warmed up. I was freezing when I sat down. I wrapped my jacket over our legs and we were kind of out there freezing. But I will say that the guacamole it came out in this giant mound of a bowl, and you could tell it was like made seconds ago. The chips you could tell were homemade. They looked like they were made out of tortillas. They were big and thick though. You have to like thick chips.
I had the nachos verdes. That was made with the same thicker chip, which I like. I like the crunchiness. I like the texture of it. And the nachos verdes was covered with cheese and also some chopped white onion and salsa verde. And it was really, really good. I mean, it was cold on my night as well, 30 degrees, except that I didn't mind it. It was outside. We sat in like the little
Indoor-outdoor.
Do they not have the heat lamps on?
Yeah, we had heat lamps. We had heat lamps
They
and
had them on one end, but not on our end.
And you know, I think looking around, there was families, there was date nights, and everyone was having a good time. So no one was really complaining about the cold, and I think the food kind of made up for it, which it really did. It was the best Mexican I've ever
had.
There
you go. High praise.
Yeah. What I loved about when we went to visit was that they had a little flyer up that said, Seville oranges are in season now, and we are featuring them because they're very important in Yucatan cuisine. And she has kept as close to authentic as I guess you can. I've never been to Mexico, so I don't know how to note what's authentic, but the flavors are, to me, really amazing.
The fish tacos were very good.
The fish tacos.
The fish tacos were amazing.
so good.
They
Yeah.
just were, you had to want to be able to eat with your hands because it was very messy.
It's very messy.
Everything's very messy, but the tacos were very good. It was definitely the highlight of the evening. We ended up just eating it kind of fork and knife, you know,
Right.
because it just
Yeah.
falls apart.
There's a big piece of fish there.
Yeah.
I mean, the
But-
fish was so good. I had to ask, like, what kind of fish you use, and it was some sort of sea bass, and because it was flaky, it was moist, and some kind of like guacamole aioli.
And there was a
Yes.
little bit of batter you had to kind of pick apart, but in the end, the flavor was really
The
good.
chili
The one-
relleno. Now this is the dish. My husband said, "Oh my God, I would drive 100 miles just for this dish." It is a pepper that's filled with a chopped pork and beef that's mixed with a flavoring that has cinnamon in it. It comes covered with a beautiful white crema sauce, and there's a sprinkling of pomegranate seeds over the top. It is unbelievable.
What else did you
the
have?
suizas, and then the pork special,
Okay.
which was somewhat uninteresting, just a tostada with a few pork strands, a few pickled onions, and a slice of avocado.
Right.
Just
I had the same thing, and this was a special from.
good flavor, though.
So what was amazing about that was the onions had been pickled in the Seville
okay.
orange
Yeah, it
juice.
definitely had a little citrus
So when
bite to
you
them.
ate those tacos, they really oozed.
No, the pork was well seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very traditional way of serving this particular dish from the Yucatan.
Now, you had the tamales.
I did. The tamales were amazing. I believe the pork was from Neiman Ranch, and I liked knowing the fact that the corn was ground in-house.
Right.
It was so moist, so soft, so delicious.
So did you feel like you got value for this? Was it? how
Oh,
was the
definitely.
prices?
I mean, it was two of us. If there's more of us, we would have been able to eat more. I mean, I have had such great dreams about this place that I feel like I want them to cater my wedding. That's how,
They do
that's how
catering.
good
They
it
do.
was.
Yeah.
Actually, and they're
I've
at the
had-
Ferry Plaza for the market as well with their tamales.
Right, exactly. And I remember hearing about their chilaquiles, but they're really,
Chilaquiles are my favorite.
really good.
Before 11, Leslie.
Oh, really?
Go
Before
bef-
11?
that's-
I love chilaquiles.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this is your restaurant. Wrap it up for us.
Wonderful, soulful Mexican cuisine. Willing to go out of my way just to eat there. It's wonderful.
All right, and James?
I would say if you're in the area and you know what to get, probably very good to do takeout.
Okay, and Marilyn?
The best Mexican food I've had, and it's great that it's organic.
All right, if you would like to try El Molino Central, it's located on Central Avenue at Highway 12 in Boys Hot Springs, just north of Sonoma. The telephone number is 707-939-1010. It's open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Reservations are accepted for parties of 6 or more, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $15.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by IRG as in-trend surfaces, quieter marbles and rare exotics. Over 10,000 slabs in stock today. IRG in Brisbane and Dublin and at marblecompany.com.
Mattress systems from European Sleepworks, working to improve comfort and wellness for over 40 years. At Adeline and Ashby in Berkeley. Online at sleepworks.com.
Oakland International Airport. Now with flights all over the world. iFlyOAK.com.
Sutter Health CPMC, 7,000 employees, nurses, and physicians caring for their communities every day. Your city, your hospital. CPMC2020.org. La Tour Angèle Artisan Oils, French-inspired and handcrafted in Northern California. La Tour Angèle creates natural, healthy cooking oils that add new flavor to everyday dishes.
Support for KQED comes from Total Wine & More, offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More, now with 6 Bay Area locations.